But let's explain word dream. First off, there will be three categories of people that would come across this video. One are those who actually sin and dance the chain of fornication. Another will be Christians who have paid the price duly and stayed under the throne of grace to obtain mercy and grace, to avoid temptation of fornication. And three will be those who have actually been in sin, avoided sin for a very long time, and somehow sinned as a result of this wet dream. Whichever category you find yourself in, note that this video could be helpful in whatever timeline, in whatever time, so you can avoid the temptation and the deception of the devil. Let's get to it. So we can both agree that some dreams, your mind actually plays tricks on you. Then some other dreams, you feel out of control. And when I mean out of control, the things that you do in that dream are things that you would never think of doing in real life. And that is a testament of the fact that a spirit, and when I say spirit, an unclean spirit is involved in this case. And the reason why this spirit is involved in this case is the fact that you may have unknowingly granted legality and authorization for that spirit to come into your vessel. If you're a Christian who have paid a price to walk the path of righteousness, and over a long period of time, you have finally found the grace and the strength through God to avoid that particular temptation, that particular type of sin like fornication, masturbation, pornography, anything related to sexual immorality and perversion. And for a long period of time, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you've found or you have become so or too confident your in your will, you may forget that it was the grace of God that granted you that strength to overcome this desire, this sexual immorality. And you may be inclined to walk under the strength of your flesh. And when you do so, you begin to make mistakes like spy. When I say spy, you begin to peep into the ladies' thighs for maybe 2 seconds, peep into the ladies' body contours maybe for 3 seconds, split seconds, thinking that you are truly in control, forgetting the fact that you actually embrace grace to avoid that particular type of sin. In this period, you will still think that you're in control because you have finally left sin. And anytime you spend time looking at the lady's body contours, and even if you're not even imagining lust within your heart, you are yearning for that desire to actually lust. That split seconds of yearn, that split seconds to yearn for lust, will send signals to the realm of the spirit, to an unclean spirit. Now, the unclean spirit will see these signals and begin to draft a graph to see the elevation of your desire. The moment that desire hits a particular threshold of, of, of sweetness, that spirit will be inclined to interfere with a wet dream. The hope is that when you receive this wet dream, you might embrace the wet dream and you might embrace the desire more after that dream, so that you can conform to the nature of that spirit and deviate from your Christian faith with God. See, a wet dream is usually a demon trying to impose its will upon your will and multiply the desires of your heart. In that moment, when you have this dream, it's more like a test to see where you stand with the Lord. The moment you yield to that desire, you have yielded to your flesh, and you fall, and you will start a new cycle. However, If you have experienced such a word dream and you are in Christ, it means that you have fallen back and you need the grace of God once again to terminate that desire that you may have grown by mistake. All right. The word dream, however, it doesn't mean that the devil has found a place within your spirit to stay. But the word dream means that the devil has an opening in your spirit, and the reason why it has an opening in your soul and in your heart is because you authorize that opening. You authorize that opening by allowing yourself to yield to the body contours of young ladies within your space. It means that the spirit who has invaded your privacy by entering into your mind and sending those thoughts, those perverse thoughts, his hope is that you might remain confused of your stance with the Lord and into doubt all your efforts with the Lord. You understand? His hope is that you remain confused, or two, his hope is that you might increase your desire. You might yield towards your desires and fall for his trap and his deception. What you must understand is that this is just a test, and this is also a chance to know that you have backsliding, and you need the grace to restore you back to a place of consecration. Understand? That is this, and that is that. For anyone who may have already backslidden, your cycle may not be over. All you just need to do is come back to the Lord and make a vow to stay and search the Lord fervently. Stay in the place of prayer for months till the time of your death. You must wait and you must grow under Christ.